Hi, I'm Joe Gold, and this is episode 2 of my video blog taking you through the steps of how we made the feature film Desperate Acts of Magic. We were looking for a way to make a feature film that had a big budget look without spending a lot of money. And we saw this movie, The New Year Parade, which is a movie about divorce, but it takes place with the backdrop of the Mummers Parade, which is this big parade that takes place on New Year's Day, I think, in Philadelphia. And what they did was they got a ton of documentary footage of these people prepping for this parade with sets and costumes and all that, and they had the actors mixed in with the real people. So they were telling this story about a family going through divorce, but they had this real life stuff going on in the background that they weren't paying for. People building costumes and sets, and then the actual parade itself, which was this big, huge event that they filmed at and filmed scenes at. Well, they didn't have to pay for any of those extras. They didn't have to feed any of those people because they were just people at the parade. So I got an idea to do a movie around a magic convention. And there happened to be a magic convention, a big magic convention taking place in San Diego in July of 2010. And so it was now February of 2010, and I started writing the script. And my goal was to finish the script in time for the convention and shoot the movie as much as possible at this convention so that we would have this backdrop of these interesting magicians and the craziness that goes on at a magic convention without having to pay for it. I wrote the script, and then I contacted the convention. I expected them to welcome me with open arms, but instead they had done some filming. There was some filming that happened the previous year that they weren't happy about. And so they said, absolutely no filming. We were like, oh, that stinks. I said, well, what about the hotel and the lobby in that area? And they said, well, that's not the convention jurisdiction. That's up to the hotel. And then I said, well, what about the big dealer's room, with all the booths and stuff? They said, well, people shoot there all the time. You can shoot there, but if it looks like you're shooting a scene, that's a problem. We decided to shoot one day at the convention. It's like a 4-day event. So we went there for a day in July of 2010. We brought with us the Canon 7D camera, which is this small still camera that shoots fantastic HD footage. I bought this for about $2,000. It's an excellent camera, and I bought it because I knew that we were going to be shooting over a long period of time, and I figured that renting it each time wasn't going to be economical. You also need a charger and a battery, and we had a couple batteries, and you need these compact flash cards. We got 32 gigabyte flash cards, holds about 45 minutes of footage, and I got a couple of these. So the costs do start adding up, but by bringing this little camera, we were able to shoot at the convention, very low profile. We actually shot in the hotel lobby. Nobody stopped us, and I had contacted the Courtyard by Marriott here. They wanted $10,000 to shoot in their lobby. And I contacted the Burbank Holiday Inn, and they wanted $5,000 to shoot in their lobby. And we were able to do it for free, and it was really great. We ended up shooting in the dealer's room itself, which was amazing. It could have easily cost $100,000 to duplicate the production value that we were offered by that dealer's room. People everywhere in booths and magic tricks being performed. Recreating that is incredibly, incredibly expensive. We also shot at the big theater where they do the evening show, which was the Balboa Theater in San Diego. And we shot some stuff just around the hotel and in the elevator and just around the convention itself. We got a lot of B-roll of magicians performing just to create the atmosphere. And so I'm going to turn the camera just right over towards Tammy and show you that Tammy is right there, editing away. Let me zoom in. All right, so there you go. That's episode 2. We'll see you again next week. Thanks. Bye.